I get a good feeling, yeah.
All right, it's Tony Monaco. We're backstage at the Rico Coliseum. We're live here on Z103.5 with my man, Flo Rida, in the house. Nice to see you.
What's up, man?
Yeah, we've talked to you on the radio, via the Z line, but it's nice to see you in person here and, get all hyped up and pumped up. And I want to see what's going on backstage here before you do your show as part of Planet Pit tonight. So are you excited for the show here at Toronto?
Oh, man, very excited. My man Pitbull, Tyler, we've been out just doing our thing every night, man, here, in Canada. And I mean, to come to Toronto, see all the fans hitting us up on the social sites, letting us know they're coming to support. I mean, we just happy to come here, and we're going to shut it down.
It's a 305 invasion here on the 416. And, I was going to wait a little bit longer, but you already dropped his name in there. Tyler is here, Tyler Madero. So tell me how you guys got hooked up.
I mean, initially, one of my guy friends actually showed me some footage of Tyler on YouTube, and told me, he had some info and contacted him, definitely. Me being interested because of the fact that I've started my new label, IMG International Music Group, and I got a chance to see Tyler out in Canada for the first time. I was doing a show, and we had 70,000 people out there. I brought Tyler out on stage, and I got back home and I looked at my Twitter, and so many people were hitting me up about Tyler, so I mean, to see that he's so humble, I mean, he has his family support and everything, I had to get with him, and now he's signed my label.
Tyler Madero is cousins with Sean Desmond and Danny Fernandez, which we support on Z103.5. Tyler did a show at Summer Rush last year, so let's get Tyler on the microphone here. How was the experience of being at the Z103.5 Summer Rush in front of thousands and thousands of people? Because that was really your first big show at the time.
Yeah, it was amazing because growing up, I was always watching Sean and Danny perform there, and to perform there was truly like a dream come true. That's how I knew that I was doing something right.
And did you think that you would hook up with an international superstar, a universal superstar like this man right here, Flo Rida?
I had no idea.
Yeah. Pitbull calls himself Mr. 305, Mr. International. I call you Mr. Universe because you're truly universal. You are all over the place, and it's pretty amazing with the amount of people and artists that you've worked with. In the beginning, I guess you worked with Rick Ross and Trina and Trick Daddy and stuff like that. But the first really big one for you was Low with T-Pain. So take me back to 2007, 2008 when that song was first blowing up and the feeling that you got of that song getting played all over the radio airwaves.
Oh man, I remember the first time I heard the record in the studio, I was just like, wow, this is a very different record. With me being from Miami and having a whole, the bass music scene, early on that I was always a fan of. I just did the record, and just to see, everybody, locally go crazy over the record, then to see it grow nationally, then internationally, I mean, it was just amazing. T-Pain, has definitely been doing this thing for a long time, and I mean, that success took me around the world, and I just enjoyed every moment. The first time I heard it on the radio, I was just like, wow, it's on now.
And you still get a buzz, you still get a rush when you hear your tracks on the radio?
Oh man, this feels like the first time, all over again.
And interesting, you have a song called Radio. Tell me about that with Tyler.
Oh man, that record is very different. I mean, Tyler did his thing on the record, and we look forward to that record doing some big things. I mean, it definitely shows a whole different side of a little bit of the music that he's doing right now. And he's performed it, a couple nights, and I mean, everyone loves it.
Yeah. When can we possibly have that dropping on the radio airways?
I mean, probably so in a couple of months or so.
Yeah. All right, so take me back to some of the other tracks that you've done. The one thing that I've always admired and respected about Flo Rida is that, when you come on the radio and you hear that voice, we know it's Flo Rida, but by the same token, a lot of your tracks have a different kind of feel. You talked about the Miami bass feel. In the Air has that freestyle electro kind of feel. You had the Dead or Alive, Spin Me Around. The latest track has got that high energy European house, trance, electro, that electronic kind of feel. So is that important for you to take people on a musical ride? Because that's what Flo Rida does.
I mean, most definitely, me being a fan of bass music, I always make sure that my tracks, you got to feel it. So, I mean, it's definitely important that, my producers, make that come across. And I always like to transition to just trying different things when it comes to music. Just reinventing myself with new different sounds, if it's a feature that gets me going, I definitely always want to do that. So, I mean, I'm just happy about the success of it.
Are there tracks that you ever turn down and just say, no, I don't want to do this? Because, I mean, you're on a lot of tracks. Between you and Pitbull, you guys run the business.
I mean, we definitely
and Tyler now.
We definitely have to make a wise choice, but for the most part, I've been, lucky enough and blessed to have tracks that, coming in very hot where I'm sitting on them for a long time to see if I really want to use them or not, because it's a chance it could be a huge record, and it's a chance it could just be, something that, people they might, sing back and everything, but I mean, not as huge as what I would like.
Yeah. But it's pretty amazing that, from Australian artists to Bulgarian to Malaysia to Romania, I'm sure I'm leaving a few out here, but it's got to be a pretty good feeling for you to get requests from all these different artists to perform with them as well.
I mean, it's amazing because, I get a chance to put another stamp on myself, like far as, working with those artists from different countries. I mean, it's just amazing that, I remember early on starting out, I had no idea that, music could take you around the world. And I mean, this experience is just amazing. It's an amazing roller coaster.
And tell me about this experience at roller coaster, and where do you think it's going to be heading to next? Because over the past couple of years, you got guys like Akon, Snoop Dogg, yourself. You've done dance tracks. I mean, you're supposed to be R&B and hip hop artist, but the scene has totally evolved, and we've gone more dancey. Do you see that continuing, that particular trend, or do you think it's going to get a little bit back into the hardcore hip hop style, or a little bit of both?
I mean, I think it's a great gumbo. I mean, music is amazing right now because people could pick and choose. And I'm the guy who's always been on just being versatile, from day one. Before I even had a record deal, I was always about, versatility. So, I mean, it's just all about trying new different things. And I mean, if music was to change, I'm pretty sure I'll still be hot because I'm always willing to transition to something, greater.
A lot of different artists you've worked with. Is there somebody that you really want to work with, and hopefully you're trying to make it happen?
Oh man, I always say I'm a big fan of Outkast, big fan of Beyonce. Those artists that
Jay-Z
inspire
can allow
me.
that?
I mean, Jay-Z definitely as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool if you can do that. Actually, I want to give a shout out to Jessica who tweeted that, and she wanted to know that. Also, a tweet that came in here from Rachel just wanted to know who inspired you, when you got into this business, and if you weren't doing music, what would you be into?
I mean, if I wasn't doing music, I'd definitely be doing some type of business internationally. At the same time, as far as inspiration, I've always been a fan of my hometown, artists, 2 Live Crew, taking it.
There's a little bit of a connection there, a family connection with 2 Live Crew, isn't there?
I mean, one of my first big shows, I got a chance to go out on tour with Fresh Kid Ice of the 2 Live Crew. Okay. Yeah, and as far as like other inspirations, I'm a big fan of Run DMC, LL Cool J early on. Now, I mean, the late great Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, Jimi Hendrix. I mean, just going outside of the box.
You talk about a late great artist, Etta James, who's featured on the track. Good Feeling. I mean, that was a sample of a classic song from the 60s. Avicii did a version of that, and then you came in with that. So how did that all come about? I
mean, my A&R brought it to my attention. I was out in the recording studio in L.A., and he was just like, man, this record right here, I think it'd be amazing if you got on it. And the first time I heard it, I was just, wow, that's Etta James, and I'm a big fan of her. So, I mean, to, accomplish doing a record that has been #1 like worldwide, I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah, it was tough to lose Etta James and then Whitney Houston a couple weeks after that, right?
Yeah, man.
And Don Cornelius is another big name. So we've lost some big influential people in this industry. So it's up to you to carry the ball now, Flo Rida.
Hey, man,
keep things going in this business.
No pain, no gain. I'm willing to, just take it to a whole nother level.
I got a tweet and a picture that comes along with it. July 2010, you were in Miami. Some ladies took a picture with you. I have the picture. I tweeted that, retweeted that, and they said, you got to ask Flo Rida what his cologne was. They were so impressed with your fragrance, with your cologne, that they wanted to know what you were wearing, because apparently they couldn't find out. But I guess they got really close to you to find out that it smelled real good.
Yeah, man.
So what cologne is he wearing?
It was Hermes.
Hermes. All right, everybody, go out and buy. And you know what? I just want to wish you all the best with the show tonight. You're hooking up with Mohambi, as well as Pitbull, and we're going to see Tyler on stage.
Oh, most definitely. Tyler's going to go down there and, shut it down.
Yeah. And the hot new track that we're going to be looking for real soon is called Radio.
Yeah.
With a track like that, radio's going to play it, and we're going to represent it on Z103.5. So good choice on that title.
Get that in rotation.
Yeah, I appreciate you giving us that time here, because I know you got a crazy busy schedule, and taking some time out to talk to your fans here on Z103.5.
Appreciate you, man.